Hello, my name is HQ of HQ Reacts. Welcome to my channel. Please do me a favor. Hit the like button, share the stream, and click the notification button for new content.
Hey. This is HQ in the house. So, y'all see the moniker. Solid election wins across the country. They doing the thing out here. But before I say anybody's names, I want to start with this, right? The mayors are the most important, powerful leaders in the entire political system. Some of the most powerful. We get distracted by this president shit. We get distracted by Congress. We get distracted by cable news, right? But when something goes wrong where you live, you don't call the White House. You call City Hall, right? Your mayor has a direct hand in whether your rent goes up or it stays the same, whether your neighborhood gets clean or left alone, whether there's jobs, small business support, development, whether potholes get fixed or keep tearing your car up, whether your parks, youth centers, libraries stay open, whether your water is clean and safe, whether policing is fair, whether you got affordable housing gets built. So when we talk about who won these races, right? We're not just gossiping about politics. We're talking about who controls the conditions of your actual life. These are considered local people who make decisions that affect you. Most of these people are not celebrities. They are regular, ordinary individual people just like you, community people, organizers, neighbors who finally said, if nobody else is going to fix this, they ran for it and they got the job. So today, we're going to walk through some of the history that was made city by city, town by town, and look at what it means when these people take over City Hall. Let's start with our first winner. And I can't say nothing more. Our first winner. Let's go. I hope my internet don't be up. Yeah, my internet gonna act up. I see that right now. Oh, come on. Don't do that. You got too many windows open. Let's see. Yep. Sorry.
With hundreds of sales every week, eat well for less at home.
Come on. I got 1,000 windows open, y'all. That's why. Close that. Okay.
Whole Foods Market.
It's a historic day in Detroit as the city swears in its new mayor. Good afternoon and Happy New Year. I'm Rochelle Graham. This morning, Mary Sheffield took the official oath of office, making her the Motor City's 76th mayor. It's a historic moment as she is the first woman to ever hold the office. CBS News Detroit's Gina Vici is in Detroit with more on what Mayor Sheffield plans to do her first day on the job.
Well, we're not going to worry about that. What we're going to say is, this is Detroit. Detroit elected Mary Sheffield. Yes, she is. Mary Sheffield as its mayor. And in doing that, made her the first woman and the first black woman ever to serve as mayor of Detroit. Detroit has a majority of black people for decades. Black workers built the auto industry, kept the city alive through collapse and recovery, and lived with the consequences of bad policy. Now, for the first time, we have Mary Sheffield. Black woman is in the top seat. She brings lived experiences from the community. She's lived there, background in advocacy and organizing, history of pushing on issues like housing, equality, and opportunity. This is not just symbolism. Detroit didn't just pick her for the photo op because she is a beautiful woman. Voters looked at her and said, we trust her with the city. So when decisions get made about development, policing, neighborhoods, and jobs, a woman who understands the struggle from the inside has the gavel to make the decision. This is Mary Sheffield, first mayor sworn in as Detroit's 76th mayor. All right. Hold on. Hello? 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 Okay. Sorry about that. Okay. Next in line. Next, we have Sharon Owens. Put her up there on the stage. Miss Sharon Owens. Sharon Owens, Syracuse, New York.
And the city of Syracuse swore in its new mayor yesterday, the first African-American to hold the position in Syracuse history. Mayor Sharon Owens served as deputy mayor under the Welch administration and won in a landslide victory in November. Today is her first full day as the 55th mayor of Syracuse.
The first black mayor and only second woman to be elected to the position of mayor has just been sworn in Syracuse. Sharon Owens' campaign focused on affordable housing, public safety, and youth and inclusivity. Owens served as deputy mayor for 8 years under previous Syracuse mayor Ben Walsh's term. Some of her accomplishments during her time as deputy mayor include leading the city's effort with police reform, coordination of the summer youth employment program, and addressing housing affordability. A Central New York native growing up in Geneva and going to Syracuse University in 1981. Owens graduated with a degree in economics from the Maxwell School of Citizenship and Public Affairs in 1985.
Wow. Okay. So she is the first black mayor in city's history. Not just the first woman, the first black woman, first black mayor, period. Okay. So neighborhoods have been dealing with underinvestment, poverty, aging infrastructure, schools and services that never quite make it to the block. She has been under the last mayor. So she understands the job. She understands what needs to go with the job. So when you have the kind of perception that she has, policies should be easy to get to her attention that are going to be good for that and beneficial for that Syracuse. I've never been to Syracuse, don't know anything about Syracuse, but let's hope they do good things for people. And it's a good thing she's in the seat because she understands what it takes to do the job. So our next lady, who do we have? Our next person won. Wow. It was a lot of historic firsts. A lot. Let's go. How do I get that volume to go? Come on, y'all. That's the one thing I hate about this one.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of New York.
And the Constitution of the State of New York.
And I will faithfully discharge the duties of.
And I will faithfully discharge the duties of.
Office of the Mayor of the beautiful city of Albany.
Office of the Mayor of the beautiful city of Albany.
All right. We got Dorcey Applyrs, elected mayor, first black woman mayor of Albany, New York. This is a city where laws get debated, where state power is concentrated, very much so. Now, the person leading the city is someone who fully understands, I guess, public health, community disparities, how policy on paper hits real people on the ground. Her win didn't come from anywhere. People knocked, organized, registered voters, and refused to believe that Leadership belonged only to a small protected circle. She got out there. She did the work. The capital isn't just for the connected and the wealthy. It's for the people who actually live there. That was her mantra. This is how she won. Go ahead on. Congratulations to Dorcey Applyrs. Next on our list. Absolutely. Next on our list. Here we go. Krista Watson. Krista Watson. Boom. Get up there. As you to the stage. Miss Watson. Here we go.
And will, to the best of my ability, perform the duties of Mayor, Chief Executive Officer. Perform the duties of Mayor, Chief Executive Officer. So help me God. So help me God.
So we got Krista Watson of Kansas City, Kansas, right? Woo! Mayor and CEO is not just her fancy title. It means she has serious responsibility over the city and county budgets, city services, public safety, infrastructure projects, economic development, and jobs. We talk about representation, but here, representation comes with the power to sign contracts, direct funding, and set priorities. Okay? You're not just allowed to sit in the room, you're allowed to run the room. That's her quote. That's her quote. Krista Watson. Congratulations. These are historic wins all over the country. November 3rd or whenever these elections were. These were historic wins all over the country. Okay? So we're doing our kudos to all of these people that won, who took their time to win, specifically mayors, okay? Specifically mayors across the country. Okay, here we go. I don't know how the hell that happened.
Maybe more famous eventually.
And her name is Joy Washington. She's the first female and first Black woman to serve as mayor. She received 77% of the vote.
Whoa! And Grover Washington Jr. was your uncle.
Yes. Thank you so much for having me. Yes, I'm so excited to be here. And well, thank you again for having me.
Well, let's get the stats out of the way.
Of course.
Where were you born and raised?
Right. Germantown, Philadelphia is where I was born and raised.
Gotcha.
My mother worked for Amtrak, so she was working at 30th Street Station, but then her job got transferred to Union Station in DC. And then I came back to Philadelphia to attend Moore College of Art and Design.
And you've been here ever since.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you've been a councilwoman, right, in media for how long?
For almost 4 years now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And was that the beginning of your political career?
No, I had been volunteering on various political campaigns because I was just sick of being on Facebook, just complaining. I'm like, I really want to do something for my community and step up. And then eventually from committees, it's like, hey, Joy, why don't you run for office? I'm like, okay, well, think about it.
Great? Instead of continuing to complain, do something about it.
Yeah.
Step up.
And that's exactly what we're saying. instead of complaining, instead of having all kinds of issues and not saying if things have changed, start volunteering for some of these positions. Run for some of these offices. Make yourself known. Make yourself heard. So Joy Washington did the same thing. Elected mayor of Media, Pennsylvania, becoming the first woman and the person of color to hold that position. Small towns are often slowest to change. For generations, it's the same family, same network, the same power structure. But apparently, this election was something else. They changed their mind. So her mantra is, we want fresh leadership. We want somebody who understands everyday life, not just the old insider circle. Joy Washington stepped into the mayor's office with new eyes on zoning, business support, public safety, quality of life. And her presence itself is a signal that the old way is not the only way. So we congratulate Joy Washington of Media, Pennsylvania. Next on our list. is Kamala. Kamala. Her name is Cam Warner, but her Varner, but her real name is Kamala Varner. Yes, she is. Let me start her over again. Hold on.
Varner, and I've had the
Hold on. I hate
honor to serve as your District 4 City Council member for the City of Mcdana for the past 13 years. Together, we've made Mcdana stronger, safer, and full of opportunity. Today, I would like to officially announce that I am running to become your next mayor for the City of Mcdana, and I'm asking for your trust, your prayers, and your votes. Mcdana is where I am raised. Mcdana is my home, and I know what it means to be Mcdana strong. So today I'm asking for your support and your prayers and your vote as we continue this journey. Thank you.
And so, small historic win. Kamala. Is Kamala or Kamali? I can't. Cam Varner. We're going to call it Cam Varner. Now, she represents a small town or rural local win. It's part of a bigger, okay, she won in that small town right there. So, black candidates, especially black women candidates, making historic breakthroughs in places where people would assume that change will never happen. In rural communities, everybody knows everybody know everybody there. Sometimes that makes it harder to run, not easier to run, because you're not just challenging an office, you're challenging your friendships, your old relationships, the family dynasties, all those kind of things that still go on in those little towns. Voters are willing to choose new leadership, thank God. People are tired of being told that they can't change, so they do. The idea of who can be mayoral material is outdated. Even if you never heard of Cam Varner's name on cable news, and people or the people in the town she grew up in knows who she is and knows what she will do for the town. So it is what it is. Congratulations to that name. Cam Varner. Congratulations. Our next person on the list. It was a lot of people. It was a lot of ladies that won that night. It was a lot of ladies. Come on up. Come on up. This is her. Her name is Connie Alsobrook. Here she is. She became the first black mayor of Conyers, Georgia. Conyers is the kind of place where, for a long time, power was predictable. Same type of leadership, same family, same backgrounds. Nothing changed in that town. Then voters chose Connie. Okay? A break from the old politics. An opening for a different set of priorities. Recognition of black leadership belongs in the top office, not just in the background. So, her election message is, we don't just want to be counted on election day, we want to be represented in every way. This is Connie Alsobrook, who won in Conyers, Georgia. Congratulations, Connie, for Conyers, Georgia win. Next on our list. Here we go. Next on our list. I didn't have a video of this lady, but I just had a picture of the lady. Right? I just had a picture. Here she is. Petty. Her name is Petty. Becomes the first elected black mayor of Roxboro. Okay. Here she is. And here she is. Did I pull it down enough? Okay. There she is. Roxboro, North Carolina. This is Cynthia Petty. Okay? First black woman mayor of Roxboro, North Carolina. Think about what this means for a southern town, right? For generation, black women were the backbone of that community, raising families, doing the work, serving behind the scenes, but rarely allowed to hold office. Cynthia Petty is the first one. Now decisions that she have to make is about development. how resources are spread across neighborhoods, how the young are supported, how safe and included people have to feel. There's a Black woman with the authority who says, this is our community, and back it up. We're going to back it up with policy. Backing it up with policy. Congratulations, Cynthia Petty of Roxboro, North Carolina. Go ahead on. Next. Because all these things have to be, all these wins have to be celebrated. Otherwise, you know, what the hell is the point? Okay, the next person on the list, her name is, I couldn't find any pages on this lady. Her name is Arishia Williams. This is somebody's post. Somebody's name's Erica Hunter's post. But the lady in the picture, her name is Arishia Williams of Cairo, Georgia. She was elected mayor for Cairo, Georgia, first Black woman mayor of Cairo. In the small southern city, it's not just a job to move, it's a generational movement. And most of these ladies are young, maybe in their 30s and early 40s. Okay, this city belongs to you. She says you are not just here to survive it, you can lead it. And so she ran. Her leadership will shape how development happens, whose neighborhoods get attention, whether working families are centered or pushed aside. And the symbolism of her being the first doesn't go away. Every decision she makes will be watched, of course, and will open the door wider for whoever comes next. We say congratulations. Congratulations to Arishia Williams of Cairo, Georgia, the new mayor of Cairo, Georgia. Next on our list. Here we go.
I want to give a special shout out to my cousin Sylvia Washington of Bainbridge, Georgia. She's the first Black mayor. She won the election tonight. She's the epitome of dedication, integrity, and people-driven. Don't forget, she's going to make you proud. Let's go, 5R.
Sylvia Washington. I couldn't get a picture of her, but that's okay. First Black mayor, the first Black woman to lead the city. Economic transition, growth, questions, development, fairness, resources. Washington as a mayor, she has a voice to make all of these decisions. When the first Black woman takes the chair, it challenges long-standing assumptions about who's qualified, who's professional enough, and who is acceptable to lead. Her win says Black leadership is not an exception. It's part of the normal, everyday deal. Absolutely. Go ahead on. Congratulations. Congratulations. Next. Who do we have? Come on up there, lady. Okay. We have Twinette Reynolds. They surprised her. She got out of the car and she was like, what the hell?
Channel 10, how does it feel to be the first female mayor of Donalsonville, Georgia?
Oh my
A
God.
lot of hard work, dedication.
Yes, yes. I am so happy to be the voice of the people of the community in which I live in. Thank you, everybody who put those votes in for me to help me win mayor.
Thank you, God. We here, baby.
So, Twinette Reynolds, we congratulate you of Donalsonville, Georgia. Okay, this is a part of the same wave of historic wins across the state. Small cities like Donalsonville don't always get national attention, but the mayor still controls the big things there, right? How local businesses are supported, whether basic services are funded, how justice, opportunity, and safety are handled on the ground. She's stepping into that role with a clear message to her community. We don't have to wait on Atlanta or Washington to save us. We can choose our own leadership right here. Okay. her part of this broader wave of black women mayors in Georgia shows that it's not an isolated moment. It is the moment. Congratulations, Twinette Reynolds, for the mayor of Donalsonville, Georgia. Okay. Now, put all those historical Georgia wins together. Connie, Arishia, Sylvia, Twinette. It's not a coincidence. This is a voter saying in multiple cities, we're done with the politics that ignore us. We want leaders who know our lives and reflect our communities. This is what's happening across the country. It's a shift in who gets to have the microphone and who gets the gavel, and ultimately who gets to define what normal leadership looks like. Okay. Now, not the least, we have, what is his name? We have, hold on, everything going nuts. We have Mamdani, who gets sworn in as the mayor of New York. Hold on so I can pull it up. Mamdani, cuz gets sworn in, because he was a historic win too, right? His was a historic win too. And we were proud of him as well. But we're not going to pull up the ceremony because that ceremony was too long and just looked cold like crazy, right? So I just said I'll pull up his, okay. Open the image in a bigger window. Okay. Hold on, y'all. We're going to pull him up in a bigger window. This is it. So we don't need to, we ain't pulling out the whole thing. We just pulling out the win, right? So this is Mamdani. This is the biggest stage. New York City was elected the first Muslim, the first South Asian mayor of the New York City, the largest city in America, one of the most diverse places on this planet. For decades, New York has been built and powered by immigrants, Black and brown communities, workers from every culture and background. But the top office has never reflected that level of diversity until now. Okay? Zohran Mamdani's win means Muslim kids, South Asian kids, immigrant kids look at City Hall and see possibilities, see progress. People who've been told you don't belong here now have a living example that says, yes, you do. And this is why we stress that the message that we continue to hear across some social media outlets is, well, we want to concentrate us and we want to be concentrated with Christian nationalism or X, Y, and Z. This is the whole point. It's a rejection of that. The United States is a melting pot of people. It's a melting pot of people, and the people are going to reject any message that says one group of people is higher than another group of people. It's just going to be rejected outright, right? Whether people agree with every policy or not, you cannot deny the historic weight of this moment that this man has won. Leadership is not reserved for one race, one religion, or one background. The city belongs to everybody. And that's why I wanted him last in this show, because New York is the symbol the world watches. When New York City elects a Muslim South Asian mayor, it sends a message far beyond those 5 boroughs that were there. He's sworn in by Letitia James. That's Letitia James in the brown jacket, and that's Mamdani's wife next to him. Okay? So here's what I want us to remember when we log off. History doesn't always show up in big presidential speeches. Sometimes it happens in city council chambers, small town courthouses, at community centers, with neighbors standing in line to vote These mayors, every single name we said tonight, will shape real things: housing and rent, policing and safety, neighborhood investment, youth program, business support, basic qualities of life. These are the people that touch your everyday lives. That's why it's important for you to get involved with local races too, not just the presidential race. Look what happened when everybody just voted for the presidential race. You got disappointed by the person that's at the top. The person at the top doesn't matter in so much as the person that is your local mayor, your local Senate candidate, your local House candidate. They're less far important than these people right here that I have highlighted tonight, because the people that I highlight tonight change lives for real, for real. Immigration policy is great, but that doesn't mean anything in the city of New York with the diversity that it has. They could never go to New York and say, all I want is Christian nationalism and all I want to see is white folks in the country. You could never say that in a city as diverse as New York. So that message does not resonate with the bulk of the country. The bulk of the country is diverse. We want to see diversity. We like change. We like different habits, different quirks. We like those things. It's only a very small few that don't want to see that. But I'm sorry, it's not the way the country is going. The way the president says he wants to roll with the country, that's not how the country is going. And he is thoroughly and rejected thoroughly. So local elections have real power. And seeing more women, more black leaders, more leaders of color, more people from communities that were always on the outside looking in, that doesn't just check a diversity box, okay? These are not DEI hired. Nobody, you white folks voted for these people too. It changes the conversation in the room. It changes whose problems get taken seriously. It changes whose lives are centered in policy, because lived experience matters. And this night, these election nights, we just walked through a list of people whose live experiences are about to sit in the mayor's chair. That's the story I want us to pay attention to. That's the story that should be paid attention to. Okay? Now, on to the next thing. Democratic wave, as people say. A democratic wave. Maybe. Baseline facts that we already see. What we're already seeing. Okay? Hold on. What we're seeing, what we're already saying. In 2025, state legislative elections, Democrats flipped 25 GOP held seats and lost none. And in contested specials, they ran about 13 points better than the 2024 presidential vote. Analysts are already comparing this to 2017 before the 2018 blue wave. Democrats have been overperforming in special elections, including big margins in places like Iowa. They elected their first black I can't remember whether she's a mayor, governor, or something. First black lady. Wait a minute, Marjorie, they had Iowa special. I was 16, where Renee Hardeman, a black lady, just won by over 40 points. Over 40 points. A black lady in Iowa. White Iowa. Iowa, that's corn-fed, white boy, corn-fed Iowa. She beat out 40 points. If the wave is the way it's going, with a black female beating out all male white opponents in a damn near all white state where you probably only got 10% black, if that, this is going to be a blue wave like you ain't never seen before. It's going to be a complete and utter rejection of the policies of Donald Trump. Democrats are overperforming in all those elections. So She won by 40 points and blocked a GOP supermajority. She won them out. She beat them out. Supermajority. GOP. So now you ain't got no supermajority. Nationally, Trump's job approval is underwater. Way underwater. High 30s. About 50% approve, according to late polls in 2025. On the generic congressional ballot, Democrats are up by +3 in some late December tracking. So, local state results in 2025 show Dems flipping even red and swing states, which some outlets directly link to Trump fatigue, Trump's declining popularity. Given that if 2026 really turns into a blue wave year for Democrats, here's what's likely going to occur. The U.S. House of Representatives, historically a midterm with an unpopular president, D+3 to 5 generic ballot, often translates into double-digit seat gains for the opposite party, for the Democratic Party, even with the gerrymandering that they're trying to do. So, prediction scenario. It's not a promise, but it's more likely Democrats probably will retake the House with something like 10 to 25 plus seats compared to their current numbers. So you need 218 to have a majority. Democrats, when they all is said and done, Democrats might be 230, 240. If y'all get ignorant with it, because it's a thorough rejection of the Trump policies. Biggest movement would likely be in suburban and exurban districts around big metro areas like Philly, Atlanta, Phoenix, Detroit, Dallas, Houston, Chicago. Districts that voted for Harris-Biden in 2024 but elected a Republican House member. Those might be the ones that change into Democrats. Seats in states that just showed strong Democratic swings in 2025. Virginia, New Jersey, Midwest suburbs, parts of the South, where special elections swung blue. Cook political and similar ratings already show a chunk of toss-up and lean R districts that could wash over the Democrats and the environment shift a few more points. If the environment shifts a few more points. The U.S. Senate. So, I mean, more than likely, it's just a matter of how much Democrats are going to win the House come 2026. It's just a matter of how much it's going to win by. U.S. Senate, 35 Senate seats are up in 2026 with control of the chamber on the line. Control of the Senate chamber. If the Senate chamber goes to Democrats, oh my God, you can just bank on the president being impeached because we're not going to stop. We're not going to stop. We're not going to stop until he's in jail. If that's the case, they're not going to stop until he's in jail. You can bank on that. If we win both the Senate and the House, we can bank, and we will bust the filibuster just to impeach him. We will get rid of that 60 vote majority needed for a decision just to impeach him. I guarantee you they will. That's how much we feel like he's a detriment to the country. Okay. Prediction markets right now still narrowly favor Republicans to hold on to the Senate, but not by much. So they're predicted to hold on to the Senate, but it won't take a couple of them to turn around and say, oh, hell no. If shit keep going the same way that it's going, Democrats will hold most of their blue seats in states they already lean in. Democrats have to really pick up 2 to 4 Republican seats in states where Trump is very unpopular. 2025 showed big Dem overperformance, and where there are messy GOP primaries or Trump-aligned nominees. Because if you're a Trump-aligned nominee, oh, they're going to put your ass out the door. If you're a Trump-aligned nominee. Okay? It is what it is. It is what it is. If that's the way it's going to be. So, if you're a Trump-aligned nominee, you're probably gonna lose your seat, cause people hate Trump's policies. It is what it is. Okay. I don't get any of that. It's goofy talk. Prediction. The prediction for the Senate: a narrow Democratic Senate majority is possible, something like 1 to 3 seats, if the current anti-Trump climate hardens and Dems recruitment is strong. Okay. If the wave fizzles, you get more like a status quo 50-50. And then you really ain't gonna get shit done. Not by Trump, not by nobody. The governor's races: 36 states, 3 territories have governors on the ballot in 2026. Many of those are in swing or lean red states where Trump is controversial and where Democrats are already lining up strong statewide candidates: Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, Michigan, Wisconsin. Wave-like scenario: Democrats pick up several governor's mansions, especially where 2024 margins are close, 25 down ballot results swung left, or GOP incumbents are term limited, unpopular, or Trump aligned. Think Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, maybe one surprise in the Midwest or South. Texas is still a long shot, but a mini wave that could at least tighten statewide margins and flip some down ballot votes. You never know. I would love to see Cornyn get his ass the fuck up out of there. I would love to see Ted Cruz get the hell up out of there, because they ain't did nothing but sit down and get fat off the state's money. State legislatures and local: 2025 already saw Democratic flip 25 legislative houses, broke GOP supermajorities in places like Mississippi and Iowa, and they overperformed their 2024 baseline by double digits in specials. In a 2026 wave, expect more broken GOP supermajorities in red states, some full chamber flips in states where margins are narrow, more Democratic mayors, and county level wins in suburbs and mid-sized cities, continuing the pattern we are seeing now of Democrats winning all over the board. Okay, so this is where it's at. This is where it's at. Donald Trump's approval rating is underwater, and anybody who aligns with Donald Trump is going to get broke off. It just is what it is, because they don't like what's happening. The United States don't like what's happening. Donald Trump don't want to turn around. He's done everything he's done for rich people, and he's going to pay the consequences. You pay the cost to be the boss, my mom always said. Pay the cost to be the boss. So when you pay the cost to be the boss, you lose if you gamble. It is what it is. And we congratulate all of the mayors that got here. Okay? No, it has nothing to do. That's your thing. That's your problem, Bud Russell. Democrats can have a 18% approval rating. This has nothing to do with that. Don't nobody care about the approval rating. What they care about is getting Donald Trump and his cronies out, because they can see that the cronies aren't doing anything but collecting money. They don't care about the 18% approval rating. That's the problem. They don't care. Don't you see this blue wave all over the country since then? They don't care about those ratings, because you all, as MAGA people, don't give a damn about Donald Trump rating. Y'all keep telling us Donald Trump is high in the 80s when we know he in the low 30s. We know he in the low high 30s. Y'all don't care about his rating. Why y'all keep bringing up Democrats' rating? That's wild. So I appreciate y'all coming out for the show. For the mayors that have won all across the country, we congratulate you guys. We congratulate you guys. We congratulate all the winners, Democrat or Republican. It don't matter. We just know we need to get the administration and the people that are running our country now. We need to remove all of those people. That's all we do know. We need to move all those people and move our country in a different direction. So it is what it is. Okay? And I appreciate y'all coming out. I just wanted to do a little show and a little thank you and a congratulations to all the local races. There's plenty of other races, there's down ballots, races, different things that are going on. We got plenty of those. So we will keep abreast of all of those people. We will make sure we make congratulations to all those people, and we will see you in the next one. I'll be back, of course. I got more content, of course. I'll be back. You know I'll be back.